Good morning, this is Randy. We all have masks or personas that we show other people depending on the social situation and our relationship with them, and also depending on how well we know them. We tend to treat strangers, people that we haven't even met and are just walking down the street, extremely politely. We may open doors for them, we may smile, we may say hello. We tend to treat acquaintances, perhaps the grocery store clerk, the gas station attendant, the girl at the drive-thru, the person at the bank. We treat them with another slightly higher level of like a person that you are become familiar with. But still, we usually treat them with respect and perhaps make a joke or a smile, a comment, and that's that. And then there are more deeper levels of familiarity as we get to know a person. Obviously, people in our families of origin we grew up with. So we usually have the least dense mask with those people because we grew up with our parents and our siblings, and we didn't really maintain a mask unless we wanted to cover up something. When we're with a new partner that we are dating and romantically interested in, we only show them the best of the best, oftentimes. We try not to get into controversial conversations because we know how sometimes that could lead to conflict, and we try to stay away from conflict. So there is a certain level of our own masks that we use to kind of create distance and to allow things to flow easily. For example, another example would be when an acquaintance or a stranger asks, "How are you today?" We just say, "Very good, how are you?" It ends up becoming a cliche with very little true meaning because we know that that person doesn't really care how we really are, and it would be inappropriate to really tell them how we're feeling. So we just come out straight with the cliche response, "Good, how are you?" Okay? And I think one of the reasons, well, first of all, that's always been annoying to me, but it really hits home when you think about the narcissist, because you will see that they have different masks. If you have had the opportunity or the unfortunate situation of being able to actually get to know the narcissist, one way that you can identify that they're a narcissist if they still have their mask on is you can compare the masks that they use with other people. to how they behave with you. And you have to know that you won't be able to know, because if they use the same kind of distant, polite mask with other people as they use with you, you'll think this person is just a wonderful person, they're just nice. But the thing is, narcissists can maintain their masks for a long time, so you won't know. And little things, though, are bound to seep out. Then they won't make sense to you with this person that you have seen day to day pretty consistently at the beginning. Treat you with respect and dignity and kind of a sweet, gentle persona. The way you can begin to identify a narcissist at the early stages, though, if they don't give you some of the other red flags, is to compare and contrast how they behave with you, that persona, with how they treat acquaintances and maybe fair weather friends. You'll start to see a difference, and this difference may seem normal to you because you also know that maybe you do that to a certain extent. Let me give you a better example. My narcissist treats strangers and acquaintances, and even at my friends who he is not close with, but he's trying to maintain a certain persona with them so he looks good. So he will treat them really, really nice. And I guess I always appreciated it because I thought, oh, okay, well, he's not going to embarrass me in front of my friends. He does know how to act. And he will ask the right kind of questions. He'll appear interested in what they're saying. He'll smile. He'll agree with them. And then he might later make nasty comments about something that they said. Okay, you will see that he was being fake. And, you know, you may not really give it too much of a thought at the time because, you know, we all do that. And it's to avoid conflict. It's to preserve our image when we're out in the world and we're bumping into all sorts of people that trigger us and that we disagree with, or in the narcissist case, they're bumping into people that they hate and that they're super jealous of and that they totally disagree with and that they can't control. And so they have to use this very gentle, fake persona. And my narcissist would do that with my friends and with acquaintances. A real lack of consistency or authenticity in his persona, depending on who he was with. And this also showed up when he was interacting with someone else's children, not with his own children. With his own children, the bully, the teasing, the evil kind of snickering laugh and the smirks came out very easily. But with other people's children, my narcissist was extremely gentle, and he would lure in other people's children to kind of like him or feel comfortable with him by teasing in a very gentle, kind of a sweet way, and trying to make the child laugh or smile, teasing the child in a very gentle way. And those are the two ways that as I reflect, I see how fake he really could be, and how he could turn that fakeness on and off, and then, turn around later and then personally tell me, that kid is annoying as hell, or I can't stand being around that kid. I don't know how anybody could, you know, could be around that kid for very long. They're fucking annoying. Okay, but in front of the kid, of course, it'll be this gentle kind of a fake teasing. Whereas, that's just something that I wouldn't do. If I felt that a kid was really annoying, I just kind of try to keep my mouth shut. I don't really try to lure that kid in to like me, or try to joke with them or create a relationship with them. I'm not mean. I'm just I just don't say much. I just remain quiet when I'm being triggered, or when there's people around me that I don't connect with or want to connect with. I don't just try to connect with them anyway, just for the, I don't know, for the hell of it, just because I can. And I don't put on that mask. I mean, it's very difficult for me to even remain appropriate with strangers and with acquaintances when I'm already in a bad mood. It's very hard for me to just turn it off and smile and make some kind of nice fair weather joke. But the narcissist can do this, and they do this, and this is one of those subtle red flags that you may be able to detect early on if some of the other red flags aren't present. The extent to which the narcissist will be fake that you can see will determine their level of authenticity when they move around in the world. And narcissists have no, they are not authentic. They are not authentic at all. They don't even really have a consistent persona, except the one that they'll show you at the end of your relationship when they discard you. So I just wanted to mention that. I am curious to see if other people have noticed the subtle and sometimes not so subtle fakeness. And this fakeness, sometimes you can, it's so subtle that you really need to tune in, and you need to let your intuition point out to you these inconsistencies that are not just typical of normal human interactions when they're interacting with people in different situations and with different levels of familiarity. And last thing I wanted to say is my narcissist also acts like that in front of his parents at family gatherings and in front of his extended family. He behaves in a way that is very quiet. You can tell he's holding in his feelings and thoughts. He's holding in his real self. He wants to burst when he's sitting there, but he doesn't. He just kind of smiles, and it's kind of like if he doesn't have something nice to say, he just doesn't say anything at all. But he's holding it all the anger and rage in whenever he's around his family of origin. And you may notice this, and this is a big clue. All right, have a great day, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below.